so we can finish the rest of the Tampa Bay versus Edmonton game. Because if I leave, it's not gonna save the game. So I'm just gonna finish up the game. So it's gonna be a short. It's gonna be a short stream.
Yeah.
These are positional saves. This is a good scoring chance, and he makes the stop.
It's weird. They now just.
It's all tied up.
You know, Rangers have probably. Just talking about New York City, they probably have the biggest fan base.
And they're probably the best team. I'm just kidding. Actually, never mind. The Yankees are probably the best.
Second best team.
Who is the Rangers are second best or Yankees are second best?
Rangers. I'd say Rangers are second best. They could be the best.
I'd say the best team right now. I'd say the best team is probably. So far this season, I'd say the Wild, but mostly it's been the baseball. That's our best sport, I'd say.
For sports, I'd say, as of right now, the Yankees are the best New York sports team, but the Rangers, really out of everybody in sports, have the best
second goal tonight. Sorry, I hate to cut you off there.
Yeah, I definitely think the Rangers have the brightest future, really not just in New York, but just in sports in general. And I mean, Panarin's going to be a big part of that. And so I'm hoping that hopefully.
And like I said, like even if nobody knows them, it still does not deserve to be. They do not deserve to be given a bad reputation like that. And like I said, like they shouldn't release that to the public, because it's like for like a crime case, they might release it to the public. They might release it to the public to get like some information, like if someone like saw the killer, if they saw somebody coming out of like, let's say someone got killed at a bar, they were able to identify the person who walked out of the bar around the time after they were killed. Or something, but like with this, like releasing it to the public isn't gonna help at all, because it's not like anyone else is gonna. It wasn't like a big thing. It wasn't like something that there was people
I think of it like.
All right, the reason there was people, and if you ask who exactly did this happen to, well, they didn't release a name. I wonder why. Maybe because it never happened. No.
Yeah.
I told Jackson. Jackson's like, how do you know? How do you know that it was fake? That it was false? I'm like, how would you not know?
Yeah. That's the only problem I have with Jackson. He's definitely going to extend the truth, just because obviously Panarin plays for the Rangers, and with Jackson being a Democrat, because
I wasn't asking for his sympathy or anything. I was just telling him.
Yeah,
like,
because the way Democrats work, they pretty much flipped our judicial system, where it should be innocent until proven guilty. And now what people think that I'm going to say, that Democrats think that it's guilty until proven innocent. No, once you're accused of something, you're just guilty.
Yeah,
Democrats are.
I mean, that's how it works. Okay, that's actually funny. No, so we have a Cosmo new. Oh, sorry, I'll tell you after. What were you gonna say?
It's one thing, like, if the actual person that, if Panarin comes out and says he didn't do it, because obviously right away people are gonna take it with a grain of salt. But when you see the background behind it, when you see who did it, you look into the type of person he is, and then when his former teammates who played for that same coach came out and said that he didn't do it, that kind of gives it away. Now maybe Jackson isn't.
That wouldn't affect it. My mom was asking if you'd still be my friend if I moved to Texas. What? Did you really just assume that Danny doesn't like people from Texas? Yeah, you're probably a white supremacist.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyways, what I was just saying was we're building Cosmo a new cage. We're not building it. We didn't custom make it, but we got the pieces. Now we're constructing them. But we haven't finished it. But it's like bigger than his new cage. But we started building his new cage where his old cage was. So now it looks like he's in a gated community. Cause like it looks like there's like a gate surrounding his house or surrounding his cage. So it's almost like he lives in a... No, should we add barbed wire to the top of that too, so it looks like he's in a barbed wire gated community?
I'm not even really...
No, but why is she assuming you don't like people from Texas?
I have family in Texas, so that's obviously not true.
He lives in a gated community. Zucker. I love how they call him Zucker. No, and call him Heerdle while you're at it. And Johansson. Zucker. Like, they're using a...
Capo Keiko.
Inching closer to the midway mark of this period, the Bolts
AR.
Honestly, I don't even know if, like, because it's one of those things like you have to think before.
A-Rec-Temi Planarin.
That's one of those things. It's like you kind of gotta, kind of think before you actually do something that's gonna blow up.
And I asked Jackson why the college level shouldn't have to wear masks if they're more high risk than we are, because they're like adults, like 18 to 21 or something. And then he's like, because they're professionals. I'm like, did you just say that the college level are professionals?
I'm
like,
starting to question.
I meant they're just adults. I'm like, exactly, they're more high risk.
I'm beginning to question that kid's intelligence. I don't think that he kind of has one of those mindsets of, and it goes into anything, not just politics, but like, he has his beliefs, and if you try to convince him of something, he won't even consider what you're saying. It's like he'll just come up with an argument, and then if it's invalid, he'll just be like, whatever, this is still like,
better.
This isn't your fault. I wish I told you this earlier, but I kind of wish you didn't tell Jackson, because I knew he was...
Let's go!
He's either not going to give a crap, he's not going to give a crap what happens to Panarin, or he's just going to come up with a sarcastic answer like that. Like, I just feel like, you know, this is just serious stuff.
What did you say?
It's like, or he's like, oh, well, how do you know it's fake? Well, if he just wanted to know why, or how we knew it was fake, because it's obviously fake. I mean...
He doesn't probably know Artemi Panarin. I mean, that's not a surprise. I mean, but he's probably not as interested into professional hockey as I probably am. And I don't consider myself super interested in it, but I'm relatively interested. I mean, I'm not, I hate to be like, there's nothing wrong with doing this, but I'm not the guy to like watch every single game, you know, like you, like, I mean, I'm not trying to say that there's anything wrong with it, because you can. I'm just saying that I'm not the type of person that watches all the games, which is fine. It's like, I'll occasionally watch the Wild, but I usually just kind of watch their highlights. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, if anything, you should probably, if anything, like, you should watch the important ones, like, you should watch, like, the playoff games.
Well, yeah, no, I watch the playoffs, but we always get beat up in the first round, and the Packers always get beat in the conference finals, so...
Yeah.
Oh, and then also, the Twins also have, like, a 20-game losing streak in the playoffs.
Yeah, the world of sports can be frustrating sometimes, and you know, I didn't know that before, but I definitely know it now.
I mean, sometimes, like, just with any team, it's like, especially with, like, it feels like sometimes it's one of those feelings where you feel like your team should get deeper into the playoffs, and they just don't come through.
It's like I don't even know
or it's
the
like just being super confident because your team's just doing really good in the regular season, and then the playoffs come around and they just aren't it.
like it's just I don't think that Russian coach realizes it's the mental damage that he does, not just to Panarin, but on the fans too. Like
yeah.
like when my
Fans
parents
might
walk into my
question what they thought.
when my parents walk or when my mom walks into my bedroom tomorrow, she's gonna see a tissue box that's about like an inch or two thick of missing tissues, and she's gonna see a trash can half full of just tissues.
Yeah.
I might not go to school tomorrow. I might have to do virtual tomorrow and for the rest of the week.
You'll have to, or your school will
I might have to.
Oh, so you can pick?
Well, that's just, if my nose is still stuffy tomorrow, which it does kind of hurt right now, probably from all the tissues.
Or like, I know it hurts so much. It's like, no, like I always get the allergies in the spring when everything's blooming, and I swear, like in a week I went through like 2 or 3 or like 2.5 tissue boxes in a full week. Like, gosh dang, like, give me a break. No, it's funny because, like, my mom would always joke about how she was the only one that didn't have an allergy, and then she turns out she has the worst allergy.
What?
Getting stung by a bee, she goes into anaphylactic shock. A.k.a.
Oh.
she faints. So she always joked about her being her having it the ECS. It's like, no you don't. I mean, she's least likely to get it. I mean, and the other thing is not that she wants to use it, but she has like an EpiPen if she does get stung. I don't get an EpiPen for my spring allergies, and I mean that would be nice. Conveyor shot. Oh, there's 26 seconds for either team to score. It's 6-6. Timo Meier. Or will this be like, I think this is, yeah. Timo Meier. Shot. Save. Vanacek. 17.2 seconds. And there's a offensive zone face-off for the Oilers.
Yeah, I mean, well, I just, I have trust in the...
It's like losing a loved one. Yeah, you lose your superstar player, and you get, and like if you lose your superstar player and you don't even get like anything out of him, like if they trade away a superstar and they get something back for it, then they get something away. But what if like Deshaun Watson was he just demanded not a trade, but he just... Danny, I'm curious, like, did CJ Mosley get his contract this year, like, since he decided not to participate, or does he not get his money?
I don't know.
Also, do you know, like, let's say he signed that 2-year contract last year, does this count as one of the years for his deal, or does he have to do 2 more after, not counting this year? Or do you neither know that one either?
That's gonna be up to the Jets and the NFL.
Well, I mean, obviously the Jets are gonna want him for longer. They're not gonna want COVID to... Drew! Doughty? Oh. What if... So I'm assuming, do you have to pay them their full contract if they get injured? Like, let's say, like, did Joe Burrow get his full contract this year because he got injured?
Yeah. It wasn't much, but yeah.
Oh yeah, well I mean, Eichel shot, save Anderson, pass it out, Drew to Eichel, slap shot, Doughty hits in the back of Eichel, it's hit, Drew has it, Drew skating, Couturier shot, like it doesn't really affect me, but I mean even if it doesn't affect me, this, like you said, this goes beyond like sports, this is his life.
Yeah.
It was like, I saw this video of someone asking asking someone to do good because of their fantasy team. It's like, no, this is their real life, this isn't just your fantasy team. This is their real life. I mean, obviously they want to do good for your fantasy team because that would mean that they did good, but they're not going to do it because you're on because they're on your fantasy team. You know?
Yeah. It's just like I just don't know what's going to happen. I'm just scared. I'm scared for Panarin because it's like, well, what? Like he says he's taking a leave from the team. It's like, well, we don't know in specific. What is he going to do? Is he just going to stay in New York? Is he going back to Russia? Like, I don't know.
But what would happen to him back in Russia? Or do you
the
know?
only thing I hate is that people are saying, oh, if he's leaving the team, then why is it false? Well, no. If this was true, I think a statement would have been released by Panarin himself, apologizing, asking for forgiveness. He wouldn't be leaving the team to protect his family.
And plus, it's like 10 years ago. Like, even if it was true, come on, 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years.
You could see, like, if someone, like, threatened to kill you if you told someone, but he's gone all winter. You could have easily told somebody, and he wouldn't be able to get all the way back to Russia to come and get you or something, you know?
I don't think Panarin's been in Russia
it's
for...
just ridiculous. Like, there's just nothing makes any sense.
It is my belief that...
It's possible that he could have done it, but, I mean, based on like...
Carter. What? It is my belief. I'm not sure if this is true, but if it is, I think most... Oh, you said it. I believe that Panarin has spent all of his time ever since signing a contract with the Rangers living in New York. I don't believe he's gone back to Russia, but I'm not sure.
Oh, he doesn't go back to Russia in the off-season to see his family?
Well, he didn't. Well, all I know is that he didn't throughout the entire COVID thing, and he didn't, obviously, throughout the off-season because, well, I mean...
Obviously he didn't go during the... No, but I can't believe how greedy Rask, or not greedy, I don't know if he used the right word, but like, why, like, Rask, like, left the bubble to go to his family. I mean, I guess, I don't know, was that a good decision? Or,
well, I mean, family over hockey, I'd say, you know, they're...
Well, yeah, but family over hockey, but I feel like you wouldn't want to give it up, because you get to see your family after.
I don't agree in the case that he left. I wish he didn't say some of the things that he had said. He's
what
like,
did he say?
He's basically trashing I don't want to say trashing the Stanley Cup, but like he was like, he was saying that it meant nothing this year.
Shot saved.
It's like, okay, so you're telling me.
He might be right in the sense it has a little less symbolic value since it's not a full season. So, I mean, I wouldn't say it's an asterisk mark, but like...
That's what I'm hoping the Bruins also...
I feel like it is a little, like...
That's why
I
want to see the Bruins...
Much, but it's still a big thing.
It's I kind of hope the Bruins don't win it this year, too, because it's like, you know... And Rask... The thing is, though, Rask can't get mad after, though. He's not allowed to get mad after this season if the Bruins don't win the Stanley Cup, because, hey, if it doesn't mean as much, then, I mean, I guess you don't really deserve it then.
Yeah. Okay, Line stepping up as the second shot for Tampa Bay.
We'll give the cup to someone who deserves who wants it.
By Freddie Anderson.
Like the Tampa Bay Lightning. They were ready.
They wanted it. And that's what, it's a want. It's a matter of want to. You want it enough, and how bad do you want it? Marchand!
Everybody in the league, well, everybody in the league, well, maybe not everybody, I mean, so everybody except for Tuukka Rask wants the Stanley Cup. And
so why doesn't he just not participate in the playoffs? Clearly he does not care enough. John Tavares, shot saved by Freddie Anderson.
Halak isn't Tuukka Rask, but he's more than capable. I mean, I personally, they say, oh, well, they would have won if Rask is in. I don't know, the Lightning were playing pretty well last summer.
Oh, Barkov
even without Stamkos, even without Stamkos, Braden Point stepped into that #1 center role perfectly. I think he's a capable #1 center. He'd be the #1 center
Hey,
on
Giroux.
almost any other
Giroux
team.
for the 4th shot. Giroux backhand save by Freddie
And I was
Anderson.
the only thing I was mad about with the New York Post today is I see a article about Jack Eichel coming to the Rangers after Zibanejad struggles. I'm like, now is not the time.
Hurdle, shot, hurdle. He scores. So, he scores to tie it up. Now both teams have 1 goal. Why is now not the time? Oh, because of the Panarin thing?
Yeah. I'm curious to see what
I mean, obviously you can't just keep talking about it. I mean,
yeah, there's got to be a. I mean,
Doughty
it's like
shooting
yeah,
for Tampa
obviously,
Bay.
it's well, if you're the
Doughty
Rangers,
shot
I mean,
saved by Freddie Anderson.
if you're the Rangers, you're kind of thinking, well, I mean, you know, yeah, it sucks we lost our best player, but at the same time, it's like, hey, we got a game on Wednesday against a team that's better than us, but we beat them in a shootout, and they were without 2 of their best players, and they're probably gonna have them back on Wednesday, and it's like, well, I mean, they're kind of frustrated with us, so I mean, you know, we gotta get to work.
Okay, so Couture will step up. Couture with a shot off the post. So we'll continue.
Well, here's some bright news, Carter.
What?
Guess what I just got?
What?
MLB The Show 21 tech test.
How'd you get it?
I'll send you. Well, they sent me a notification, and
Did they give you that? Wait, are you allowed to share play it?
no.
You're not? Oh. How'd you get it?
I sign up for it online. Sign-ups are already done, though. Those concluded last week.
Oh, come on.
I'll get, like, I guarantee this year, since everything will hopefully be back to normal, I'll get you the NHL 22 beta.
How?
If there is one. Because normally EA gives, they'll give you a code for a beta, and you can get 3 codes. So I could give 1 to you and 1 to Brody.
Oh, nice. David Perron shooting for Tampa Bay. Perron, he scores on Freddie Anderson. So, that'll put the pressure on Edmonton to score.
Oh, he's all over it there, James, and he puts it in on the backhand.
Clean backhand.
Well, if there was ever a time
So, Oliver Ekman-Larsson has to score. And he does! To continue it. He had all the pressure on him to score, and he comes through. So here comes, steps up Jason Zucker. He's gonna try to score. And he doesn't. So Edmonton will have a chance to win it here if they can pull off a goal. So here's Scott Domi. No, not Scott Domi. Max Domi, who backhands it. Scott Domi. It's Domi. It's not even Domi.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taves steps up for the Lightning. Toes. Jonathan's toes, and it goes in. Freddie Anderson saves it, but he saves it, but it rolls down his pad and into the net. That was an unlucky goal. Anderson unfortunately could not take a break on that. Could not catch a break on that. So what modes are you allowed to do? Like, is there only like play now or something, or is there every mode?
Couturier's got to come up with a goal here, or
Couturier. So
well, it's got to
Couturier.
download first.
Backhand. Vanacek saves, and that will, and Tampa Bay will win it. You're downloading it right now?
Yep.
So what happens if you make a video of it? Like, cause I know you're not allowed to, so what happens if you did do it? I'm just curious.
Well, one, I don't want to find out, and two, I think they can take the tech test away from you.
No, but
They said they use.
When they take it away, like, will you get in, like, can they, like, sue you or something?
No.
So nothing will really happen to you. You might just get the tech test taken away. But alright, that's going to end the video. Thank you guys for watching. It was kind of a short one. Well, because I had to go. And two, I was just finishing up the video. I was just finishing